Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer action. We're here today with the Empire, going to be taking on the foul vampire pirates. I'm actually fighting Turin. We managed to grab each other on ladder, and as you can see from the immediate fire, I've gone with a heavy Empire Vanguard build. So we've got a whole line of free company here, 5 free company, including the Sterling's Revenge, 5 huntsmen with the Regiment of Renowned Archers as well, the Death Jacks, 5 units of Pistoliers also, and a Huntsman General with a Bright Wizard. Let's pop things in slow motion here because, yeah, you can see the battle's getting underway very quickly. We've already got some zombies crumbling away, a couple of scurvy dogs out to each flank here. We've got Harkon up in the air, a couple of deck droppers, looks like mortars, and carronades mixed, 1 mortar, 2 carronades, and some pole arms. So, getting the battle underway properly, you can see these hounds try and come over to push this flank here, but just the sheer volume of fire here is way too much for these poor little doggos, and they are just getting absolutely rained on. And one of the reasons I went with this all Vanguard is to immediately just seize this high ground position on this map in particular. You can see we have a very commanding position to just get multiple fields of fire here. Fireball getting thrown there, of course, does a bit of extra damage against Harkon. The magic resistance isn't great, but hey, it's something. The zombies are almost immediately crumbled away here. Of course, he can continue to summon more, but just sheets of fire coming in, and we're going to continue to push forward as these zombie units crumble away. Harkon tries to come down here to help bail out some of his troops, but he is going to have a hard time, especially because of the huntsmen, obviously, with their anti-large. But just look at that volume of fire. Still not taking that much damage at the end of the day. But, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we do also have the silver bullets here. I'm going to probably forget about them quite a bit, as I did in the actual battle here. But yeah, another fireball there. I also mistimed that hail of fire just a little bit. You can see it actually only hit the Huntsman General. It didn't hit all of these troops. If I was in this pocket in the middle here, where it hit all these guys and they all got extra reload skill and flaming damage, Harkon probably would have been dead right now. He's got about a third of his HP left, so maybe, you know, that 25% might not have been enough to actually finish him off there, but the extra reload rate, it's tough to say. Harkon definitely would have taken some extra damage there, but regardless, zombies are continuing to get crumbled, as are the scurvy dogs. We're taking some damage on the huntsman, but there is a unit of depth guard here as well with double swords. So you can see I'm going to get focused on Harkon with my hunters, obviously, and I'm not really going to focus too much on these depth guard, at least for the time being. I'm trying to push my free company up into a position to start shooting the mortar crews if I can. Over here on this side, I'm having to use these pistoliers to keep these hounds from too many high-value targets. They are routing, but likewise, the scurvy dogs and zombies there also crumbling. So definitely some back and forth. Good carronade fire up on the high ground there onto those pistoliers to help rout them off. The mortars are getting some good kills here as well. If we check in, 46 kills there, not too bad. 42 for that mortar. But Harkon's just getting beat down, just absolutely wrecked by these missiles here. Gonna pull it back one more time, try and get some of that innate regeneration. Looks like an invocation of Nehek as well. But you can see the zombie units that try and fight their way up this hill just face tons and tons of fire. We're gonna zoom in close with these depth guard here. Oh man, a nice side shot from the bow of the Huntsman General there. You can see old Gaston, crafty old Gaston, going to be quite good here. The depth guard will rack up quite a lot of kills. They've already gotten 99, quickly going to get more here, but we will be able to kind of draw them into a little bit of a crossfire situation. Likewise, the zombies, the last line of zombies here, are going to try and push the line here. Deathjack's getting eaten by some crumbling units. They're just trying to get away at this point, and it looks like they will actually rout. That's fine. Mortars still raining in and doing some good damage. You can see balance of power starting to creep back as Harkon gets healed up, and the mortar crews continue to fire. Carronade plus 1 mortar. This other mortar, carronade, has been completely shut down here, actually crumbling at this point. So that's pretty good. Looks like another fireball going to be loose on Harkon here. Doesn't quite make contact. Oh, actually, did that do some damage on the fleet captain? Quite spot that HP bar there. I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments, but a bit of a swing and a miss on Harkon regardless. I'm going to pull away those pistoliers as I want to try and keep them in command. And yeah, you can see in the time that I was zoomed over there, these depth guard just got absolutely torn to shreds by mass free company fire. The silver bullets up on the high ground there as well, and those silly Blood Knight Marines just got torn to shreds. Yeah, not pretty much not more to say there. Deckhands continuing to push the line here. Huntsmen falling back, continuing to pour in fire. The Huntsmen, one nice thing about them, they can fire while moving. So even though they don't, fire in 360, you can still sort of, run them to the side and pull into different positions. I also find that they just fire faster than other archers, like they turn and shoot a little bit faster because of that attribute. Bright Wizard still trying to stay online here, is getting a little bit sniped out here by those gun bats. Only one of the units of gun bats is still alive, but Deathjack's getting some good damage in over on this far side. We'll see. Harkon's still relatively healthy, but I just have such a commanding presence here with so many missile units, and the zombies, I mean, he's used up quite a few of his summons, but the fleet captain also getting very low at this point. Almost no HP left, and I don't think he has too many more of those summons. And, oh man, Free Company here, Silver Bullets over on the low ground, we've got a Fireball coming in. Oh yeah, that huge volume of fire from the Free Company especially, and the Sterling's Revenge here, you can see, put them in a guard mode and still click the attack order, and they'll still get a couple of volleys in here, especially the guys that are kind of out on the flanks there. You can still getting some shots in, despite the fact that they're actually fighting those zombies in melee. So, yeah, a little bit focused on Harkon right now. If you take a look at the attack order, it's kind of hard to see on this background, but you can see I'm just all in on trying to finish Harkon off right now. I mean, yes, there are still some zombies back here. I can fight them with these Free Company for a minute. Yes, there's some zombies here, but I can probably outrun them. Not really too worried about it. The captain here, or sorry, the admiral, going to have the Silver Bullets and these huntsmen probably open up on them. And here comes the hail of fire. Did Harkon actually drop? Yeah, it looks like we actually finally dropped Harkon. And, yep, there's this big old bird body. Terror Goose, rather. Poor Goose. He didn't ask for this. And the zombie artillery going to actually crumble away. An interesting thing to note here, the crumbling damage does actually damage the artillery pieces, so a pro strat, if your artillery crew is crumbling, you want to dismount your artillery piece before you try and heal them, because you can heal the zombies, but you can't heal the cannons. So that's a fun fact for today. Now you all learned something. As far as this battle goes, a pretty wild build on the Empire side. I do think that there are some things, certainly for the Vampire Coast, could give you trouble with this, but I've tried similar builds with the dwarves, with like mass rangers, and just establishing local fire superiority. You don't need to have the biggest gun on the field. You just need to have the most missiles, pretty much. The most guns on the field, right? So that's kind of the idea with this. It's all ranged units, pretty much all Vanguard, just immediate local fire supremacy, still with some flexibility with the Pistoliers, and of course some good monster stopping power with the Huntsman General there. And although I did misplay it a couple times with the Hail of Fire, could have been used a little bit better, still very effective into that late game. And obviously these Free Company had these chevrons before, nothing really too impressive there, but wanted to make them hold up in the front a little bit better if they needed to fight zombies, which they definitely did quite well. You can see coming through decently in the late game, 94 especially for the Sterling's Revenge. Extra AP fire poured in as well. Huntsman also got decent kills across the board, pretty cost effective in this matchup. Silver Bullets I didn't use super effectively here, but actually don't have Vanguard. I had totally forgotten. It goes to me for actually not, double checking the unit cards. I tell you guys, I don't know if I still say this. I used to say this a lot, but always read the UI, always check your unit cards, check your tooltips. And I totally forgot that these guys didn't have Vanguard because I don't use them that often, but you could swap them out with, like, I don't know, maybe cut some funds down, bring the ROR Huntsman, maybe just upgrade these Free Company all the way, do some other things. But anyway, very fun battle. For Turin's build, relatively, standard. I do think most of the time you would tend to see a few more zombies in the front line. Depth Guard are a pretty nice pick here. You saw there, I didn't counter them right away. We're able to cut up quite a few of my units. It's just, one of the things about seizing the initiative with that kind of mass Vanguard is, you also will probably make mistakes because you're forced into quick decisions, but you're also forcing your opponent into some quick decisions. And, I mean, the fact that I was able to just mow down that front line of zombies super fast before a lot of these reinforcements could really get into range, super impactful. Definitely played into my favor. Zombies just being kind of slow. They're tough to reposition and reinforce and everything. Yeah, fun battle. Definitely an interesting matchup as well. Coast versus Coast versus Empire definitely can turn into quite a bit of a gunfight. Turin went with a little bit more of an artillery build there, and the mortar, especially on that map with that kind of weird line of sight issue, I like quite a bit. You guys know me, though. I probably would have gone with the Gun Crab Triangle rather than Harkon. Harkon's definitely strong here, but he is a little bit risky against someone like Karl Franz. I mean, granted, on the flip side, Karl is likewise pretty risky against missiles. But yeah, definitely a lot of back and forth. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you like the sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification button. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.